going on, you guys? It's KWFan93 back here with another video. And today, well, I'm going to be going in depth and telling you guys how you can travel to several WWE live events each year. This is basically because I get all kinds of cool comments and stuff. Not like this one, but more like the people that are kind enough to ask me, how do you do it so often? As you guys that frequent my channel know, we've been hitting a lot more shows in the last calendar year. I think we banked 8 live events last year. That's not as many as some vloggers do, but that's a pretty impressive number whenever you live in a little cesspool of crap like Oklahoma, like we do. So here are my tips on how you guys can go to multiple WWE shows each year and keep it cheap. Because let me tell you guys something. I'm not made of money either. I work in retail, and this is how I do it. So first and foremost, for example, let's take a look at one of my upcoming events that we're going to be attending, and that is Monday Night Raw in Little Rock. So I'm going to go ahead and post up this nice little screen grab right here for you guys. This shows you just how cheap tickets are to WWE live events. And when I refer to live events, I'm talking just Raw, SmackDown, house shows, stuff like that. We'll go into pay-per-views and bigger events later on. But no, look at how cheap these tickets are. So many options under $50 at face value. And then another thing you got to account for. If you're like us and you want to stay in a hotel, go on hotels.com and find yourself some cheap hotel options. You don't always have to stay in the city. I learned this tip from Brandon Hodge himself. Go check his channel out. Major shout out. You owe me. You don't have to stay near the arena. Drive. Yeah, it's not as convenient, but hey, you save money and you still get to go to the show. So that's just looking at Little Rock. Now, we've also got the thing of Fort Worth, just to prove to you guys that this isn't just, some cases. So Fort Worth, we'll go over here for this one. Look at this. Cheap tickets to this one. Once again, now we don't always have to sit floor. We used to always do that in the past, but tickets are going up for ringside, but you can still get into the building for cheap. I mean, look at this. And then let's also take a look at these Fort Worth hotels. I mean, you can't argue with this stuff. It's right here. So, I mean, putting back 20, 40 bucks a paycheck, if I can spare it, absolutely. In 6 to 8 weeks, I'm good. I've got my hotel money. I've got my ticket money. Now, the cool thing about going with a large group of people like I do is we split everything evenly down the middle. So that always helps too. But you're going to be wondering about pay-per-views and larger events like that because, let's be honest, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, those larger events like that have more smaller events tied in around them are going to be way more expensive in the long run, especially if you want to do the whole thing. Some people are going to say go the travel package route. Now, I'm going to advise against that because this whole thing they're doing with on location, I'm not a fan of it. In my personal opinion, it's way too expensive for what you get with it. Nothing beats the older style travel packages. Ask anybody that's done WrestleMania travel packages in the past. They'll tell you the same thing. But let's look at standard pay-per-views. Like, your Backlash, Clash of Champions, TLC, which, I mean, I know all of those are kind of defunct now, but those kind of smaller pay-per-view events you're going to be looking at, you can still get in the building for under, $100 a ticket. You can still get in for like $75, $80, and in some cases you get lucky and your upper deck seats are between $30 and $50. So it's easy to attend a pay-per-view as long as it doesn't sell out. If you're mindful and get your tickets early, you can always get in for a pretty cheap price. I've done it several times. And it's also going to leave the matter of the hotels. Anytime there's a bigger event in town, hotels are going to be significantly more expensive. Now, this goes back to what I said earlier. You don't have to stay near the arena. Stay 5-10 miles away if you have to. Yeah, you got to drive a little bit. If you don't drive, you got to Uber. Whatever. To save money without having to spend, $300-400 a night on a hotel at WrestleMania week or something like that, then you're not completely screwed over because guess what? We decided to stay 8 miles from the arena. Cool. It was $100 cheaper. How can you argue with that? So basically it comes down to saving. If you're like myself, like I said, I work in retail. I work for an hourly wage. It pretty much just comes down to saving as little as you can or as much as you can at a time, be it 20 bucks out of every paycheck or up to $100 out of each paycheck. Whatever you want to budget for these events, you just have to find something that works. And I got to give a big shout out to my homeboy Jamie. You guys seen him in the Royal Rumble vlog and WrestleMania vlog last year. Dude is a budgeting king. We've got plans in to go, like I said, Little Rock, Fort Worth are already happening. Everything's already set for that. We're looking at a couple more events this year. And of course, we've got the big one in Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40 next year. and I'm going to stick to my plan, and I'm going to be able to make every single bit of this work, and I hope that it works for you guys in the future whenever you go to live events. And I hope that this video helped, and if it did, make sure that you smash that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and vlogs and cool belt stuff like that. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So I'm KWolfFan93, and I'll see you guys next time.